baby.
Let's create a future for our kids.
That's right.
The two-night premiere event of television's most addictive and emotional news show.
Oh.
The Wall. Two-night premiere event. Monday and Tuesday on NBC.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
What happened
Hold
to
it.
Michelle Lay? Vanished on a sunny evening from a well-lit parking garage
There
under
you
the protective
go.
watch of 18 surveillance
There you
cameras.
go. You know how to hold a
Detectives with the Hayward
sucker.
Police Department went over this footage again and again. Were they missing something? What happened in those minutes after Michelle walked out of camera range and before her car went racing out of the garage? It was infuriating. There was one camera right above Michelle's car. Would have revealed everything. But that night, the camera wasn't
Good
working.
girl, Angel.
What happened in those missing minutes? The police, remember, weren't talking to the family. So the family pursued its own line of investigation.
We're looking to human trafficking patterns and...
Human trafficking patterns?
Yeah.
You thought that was a possibility?
Good girl, Angel. She knows how to eat a Dum
Was
Dum.
it dead end?
She knows how to
Then,
eat a Dum
June
Dum.
30th,
Yes,
34
ma'am.
days into
Yes,
Michelle's
ma'am.
disappearance, the
It's
Lay
your
family
sucker.
contacted us
Uh-oh.
to say they'd begun working with a private investigator, a man named Michael Frame. And in the midst of his investigation, Frame sat down with us to tell us what he had learned.
This had
Uh-oh,
happened
better
quickly.
get it.
This was a public parking
here
garage.
goes.
People came in and go from that garage all night. Someone was lying awake. They knew that at some point she would return to her vehicle. It was a number of hours before her shift was going to be over.
So I teach my dog how
And
to
they
eat a
were
Dum Dum.
prepared to abduct her at
And
that
it's
time.
smart.
Did anybody know why she
Yeah,
went to the
hey.
farm?
Not
She
that
got
we
blue
know at this
tongue.
time.
Unusual thing to do at that stage of the...
I think it was either a quick break or something drew her out to her car. That we still don't know. But she was still dressed in white hospital scrubs. It was evident that she was going to come back because she left her belongings in the hospital.
Remember, the police found Michelle's car about a half a mile from the hospital, parked and locked in a residential area. They hadn't revealed
Say
yet
yum,
what
yum.
evidence they
Yum,
found
yum,
inside.
Yeah.
But Frame had found out a thing or two about the car and how it got there. Did anybody see the car arrive?
There's a reportable witness who stated they heard conversation coming from the headlights shining in their house and conversation coming from the car at about 4 o'clock the following morning.
Conversation.
Conversation.
Which would mean there's more than one person.
People talking. The people that reported this saw headlights shining through their window, and they believed that it came from the general direction of where Michelle's car was found.
Multiple kidnappers. Almost had to be, said Frame.
I think when you look at the circumstances in their totality, how this person was waiting for her, and the fact that she was put into her
Get it
vehicle
up.
obviously quickly and driven
Get it
out
off the
quickly,
bed.
that there may be a
Get
possibility
it.
of more than one person.
And he was
Thank
almost
you.
sure not strangers.
This is someone that Michelle
Get it
had
off the
some type of
bed.
contact with.
Oh no,
that
it's
saw
so
her,
too
that knew her,
late.
that knew where she parked her vehicle, knew what she drove, knew where she worked.
There you
Knew she may have
go.
worked.
Good girl.
So it may be members of her family or her friends. They already know who this is. I mean, they know the person who did it, just not be aware that they know. If they just look
Yes,
through
I
what
have to
those
change my
relationships
sheets.
were, the answer
So
may
we
be
have
no.
on our
The
It's
answer,
cold
I think, in this
outside
case
stuff.
is not far off.
get it.
The police had questioned Michelle's family, current and former friends, old boyfriends. But it didn't seem like they were getting anywhere. Frame thought the investigation was in trouble.
When your investigation is run cold, when you don't have a viable suspect, when you don't have
It's like
information that's
blueberry
going
or
to lead
raspberry
you
too, so it's
to a
tart.
suspect, I think it's important that you start looking at viable alternatives. Too often these cases go cold for 5-10 years. From what we've seen so far, I think there's a possibility.
The Lay family was working with Frame because they were frustrated with police. And now Frame tried to do something the police couldn't.
What
good
we've
therapy
done is
for her
put out
paw.
information to anyone that may know something or potentially be involved or think that they know who's involved. They'll call us confidentially without contacting the police, and we'll provide that information to the right authorities
She
and at the
loves
same
him.
time protect these people if they need protection.
Soliciting tips from people who were afraid to call the cops. Would his plan work? Wait and see. Coming up, Dateline is there when that private tip line gets a dramatic call. What is this guy saying? What can he tell you?
He sent his information to a potential site where Michelle may be.
Will he leave?